very, very important piece of getting ready for the recovery and preparing our students and our workers for the opportunities out ahead. Mr. Tonko, you wanted to pick up another piece of this, so have at it.
One of my favorite topics is energy. No matter where we live, whether it's California, Ohio, Wisconsin, there's representatives hear what I hear, that we need to understand that we can control our destiny when it comes to energy as consumers. We are the most gluttonous in the world, and whether that resource is developed here in a domestic fashion, which I believe ought to be our thrust, or whether it's done through imports that are just not, I think, the choice for Americans as we move forward. But regardless, whatever that base of supply is, we need to strive for energy efficiency and conservation. And what I like about a number of the tax situations that we're doing in the Recovery Act or in general policy format is that we're looking at the big picture. We're putting it into a context that promotes sound policy. So as we expand or continue tax credits for renewables, we make certain that we're providing that production tax credit, that it really ignites the efforts to build our supply here domestically. I think that is so critically important to not only our energy independence and our energy security, but our national security. Just recently I hosted, during our recess for Passover and Easter, the only stop in the state of New York made by the bus tour with Veterans for American Power. And 3 veterans, just recently doing a tour in Iraq and Afghanistan, spoke at that event. And they call it Operation Free. And they talk about the wisdom of transitioning our energy needs to domestic produced, American power. They call this Veterans for American Power. And they talked about the ravaging on our troops done by dollars sent to the treasuries of those unfriendly nations that are supplying our fossil-based needs. So this production tax credit will take us along the message that the veterans are sharing, veterans who have served us in uniform in Iraq and Afghanistan have said, we are not doing right energy policy. This will encourage it with these production tax credits, and then we provide households. American residents will be benefited by these tax credits that will enable them to get as much as 30% of a tax credit, up to $1,500, based on the work that they've done on their homes with energy efficient furnaces, with the replacement of windows or doors, with insulation. This will be a smart move that will enable them through the years to reduce the cost of operating that home. And I think this is wise policy and a great tax benefit for our American
So it's for
taxpayers.
Somebody that goes into their home and puts in energy efficient windows or a solar system or solar hot water, they can get 30% tax credit on that. Very interesting that, again, during the recess, the number of new businesses that come about as a direct result of that tax credit. Advertising all over the radio about this company or that company going to be putting in new windows or a solar system. So businesses are actually coming about because of the tax credit that's available to homeowners. I was talking to a builder.
And I would also mention, if I might, the jobs associated with the production tax credit, be it wind or solar or geothermal, waste to energy projects. All of these efforts are critically important to providing that capacity that we need as a nation and providing for that capacity with American jobs as we transition to these renewables. I think that this is a great way to grow jobs and to strengthen our energy security in the process.
So here's a tax credit, part of the stimulus bill, that actually provides up to 30% credit on the cost of one of these new energy systems, windows or solar or
furnaces,
and at the same time creates new businesses. That's a win-win in the green economy if there ever was one. I'm looking over here at our representative.